Going to be starting a new series, which is just going to go through all the new Mortys whenever they come out, like every once in a while. I'll also be doing this for raids and vans to hopefully give you a quick scoop on the new Mortys. This guy is Squanchy Morty. He's from season episode 1. You could pause to read this if you want. It's how Poopy got his poop back. Yeah. He has very good. He looks like a perfect raider for raids. His speed is horrible. However, all his other stats make up for it by being incredibly high. His raid moves would be rehab, so it's squanching time, charging, and where's his attack buff? It'd be Mother of Mercy, which gives it a 100% accuracy or 100% accuracy defense and an attack buff. 5 AP. Next Morty we're looking at is Gene Morty. He has very bad stats overall except for speed, like the complete opposite of Squanchy. However, if you look at him, you'll see he has every single debuff in the game. One of the first Mortys I've seen to have that. Paralyze, poison, attack, defense, speed, and then accuracy and evade. This only has 5 AP though, so you can't fully debuff a raid boss with it, but it does get the job done for the most part. If you want to use him as a debuffer in raids, like a universal debuffer, you'd want to use Grill Season, and you can see here he debuffs attack, defense, evade, and speed, all medium, 50% chance to miss or hit, which I'd say is pretty good for the amount of AP and the stats you get. If this was only weak, it'd be not worth it. You'd want Grill Season. Mock, you notice everything's 100%, speed doesn't matter in bosses, but attack and defense do. You'd also want Chastise, which debuffs accuracy and evade. 5 AP gets most of it, and then you'd want Trip, which has a higher critical or paralyzed chance than Troll. However, if you want to try and get more damage out and still paralyzed, you can get Troll, but Trip is the more accurate paralyze. Next Morty we're looking at is Jerry Rick and Rick Jerry from season 2 or season 7 episode 2. Which is when Rick and Jerry swap minds and it goes very funkily. Good episode in my opinion. So this guy is the guy most people have been interested in. His stats are incredible. Attack and defense is so high. He also has the lowest HP and speed in the game from what I've seen. Fucking EV training him is horrible. I've done it. But you can see Rake's situation has 20 AP. Everything is 100% attack except next attack, which is just a... It triples your attack damage for the next move only. Sort of like the next attack. So this would buff this paper attack to do 3 times more damage. This is a crit buff, which increases all your crit chances in that game to 50% or around that. And he gets this by level 1, which you can't get. So when you catch this guy at level 5, he'll have this. Low level players, you gotta get him. He spawns in Plumbus. He's very good. I forgot to go over these guys. He spawns in Mortyland. This guy spawns everywhere. He spawns in Plumbus. He spawns everywhere too. But this guy also has Ricky Tikki Tavi, which, in my opinion, multi-attack moves like these are very incredible. Because each of them are counted as their own attack, which means they can get criticals and all that. So they have their own specialties. He also has Finite Curve, New Friend, which, look at that. Defense and speed buff in this guy has lots of PvP potential. I'm not that into PvP, so I wouldn't know, but he also has Impersonate, which I know is amazing for PvP. And then if you're going to use him for raids, this is your only source of an attack buff. Many people say that the attack buff isn't that reliable because it's a weak one. 50% chance, and you got 4 AP, so you got like, when using all this, you'd only get 4 stacks, and if you've watched some of my other guides, you need 6 stacks to max out your attack damage. However, he has a regen, which means he's best used as a main attacker. And he does a lot of damage from what I've seen. I'm going to do more testing with this guy, but he has lots of potential. Don't skip it on this guy. We're going to now go to Rick Jerry. I call this one Jir, J-I-R. The I comes from nowhere, just makes it sound better, because this is a horrible name to remember. And I call this Raj, R-A-J. You can see it up here. He's Rick Jerry. I don't even know how to describe it, but he, in my opinion, is a worst leaf, like Maple Leaf. He has an absorb. It's pretty decent. He has full voicemail, which buffs attack and defense. Didn't mean to do that. He has waft, and the mood kill. So he's just like, I think Maple Leaf does like 90k damage. This guy does 70k damage. If you're wondering where I'm getting that, I'm just going to simplify it down. You do the damage in the calculator on this site. You add it all together with all the AP, and you times it by how many rocks you'd get to use on him, which is usually just 8 on average. So using all his damaging moves, times it by 8, and you get 70k around that. Maple Leaf gets like 90k. Some people are going to say that's not accurate, but it's simple math. You're going to get simple results. And that's going to be the recap on these new Mortys. I'm hoping it's educational for you. I hope it's not too random, because this is unscripted. And yeah, that's about all. I hope you like them. They definitely look very interesting. Also, if you're still watching, when catching this guy, he kind of spazzes out in the added to your party team. So that's very interesting. This guy is a loser, but god damn, he can debuff a boss. He has low spawn rate for some reason. Like, I spent forever trying to find him, and like I found 3 so far. I've caught so many exotics before I could find this guy. And this guy, I've seen a lot of him. I don't really have an interest in him because he's just like a worst one. I EV trained one anyways just because. Forgot to mention, but he has a full 75 and everything. Let's go to the other one. He has this Gene meh. Well, I hope you enjoy this kind of unhinged rant. I'm going to do some simple editing, and I'm going to upload it for you. Hope you enjoy.